Well, depending on what part of the world you're from, saying I love you can be a really, really big deal or not. And I largely say this because if you say it too early, you could come across as a creep. If you say it too late, you can come across as uninterested. But knowing the exact right time to say it could land you the girl of your dreams. That's what this video seeks to do, to tell you and to give you signs that it's the right time to say I love you. My name is Jessica and welcome to my YouTube channel. Remember, if you'd like to engage with me beyond the videos I put out on this channel, you can always reach out to me by joining my Patreon community. As a VIP, I'll jump on a video call with you. Just go to patreon.com/JessicaOS. All right. Now that we have that out of the way, let me give a special shout out to all the patrons in my community. Absolutely amazing people. Yusuf, I had a great time chatting with you. More on that later. In the meantime, this video is sponsored by Passion Air. If you'd like to fly internally whenever you visit Ghana, I'd recommend Passion Air. All right, so let's get right into it. Signs that it's the right time to say I love you. What should you be looking out for? First and foremost, I'd say if you've been dating for a while, mainly because I believe that most of the feelings that we get in the very early stages of forming a relationship or meeting someone could be infatuation. It could be deep, intense, and short-lived. And so you want to be sure that it's not infatuation that you're feeling and it's actually love. Now, don't be like a lot of guys, at least here in Ghana, who would literally meet a girl on the street and the next thing he says is, I love you. It's a really big turn-off. She's not going to take you seriously. And you're probably going to walk away with your ego being bruised because she might say something really nasty to you. It takes time. And really, when you think about it, there's no rush. There's no reason why you should rush to say I love you because it's such an important thing to say. It's such a strong confession, that you want to be sure that when you are saying it, you actually mean it. So if you guys have been dating for a while, yeah, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe after the first few dates, you guys have done a lot of stuff together and you're getting to know each other at a fast pace. It might be okay to say I love you, but always read the room. Better yet, be sure that this woman that you're about to profess your love to is ready to accept it for what it is. Number 2, only say I love you when you actually mean it. Now, there are those people who think that I love you sort of makes you get the girl faster. But you see, timing is everything. Timing is absolutely everything. And if you say it, like I already said in the intro, too early, you could come across as a creep, someone who's not serious, and someone who just randomly tells random girls he meets on the street those words, right? And if you say it too late, it may come across as you're not really interested. And I'm adding my voice to say that only say I love you when you truly mean it, when you've truly thought through it and you know that what you're feeling is nothing else but real love. And please take it from me when I say that if you do not mean those words, never utter them, because they can put you in some really tricky situations that may come back to haunt you or bite you at some point in the future. Number 3, only say I love you when you're both on the same page in a relationship. Now, you've met this lady, you've been talking, she's forthcoming, she's, enjoying your company, you guys have been hanging out, everything has been going well. You guys have to be aligned in your thoughts, aligned in where you think your relationship has to go next for you to, I think, comfortably say the words, I love you. You both need to be serious about what's about to go down. And usually you can tell if this person is serious, if they're matching you boot for boot when it comes to affection, love, and everything else that you guys may have going, until you're really sure that this girl is exactly where you're at, or at least close to where you're at. Please do not utter the words, I love you. Number 4, make sure I love you means the same thing for both of you. Now, communication is a tricky little beast. Yeah, you could say I love you to someone and it wouldn't mean the same. And I'll explain. You could meet a lady and say, I love you. Like, I really, really love you. And she would say, I love you too. But she'll be coming from a place of friendship and not like an amorous, sexual, I want to date you, I want to get married to you kind of I love you. Take it from me. And sometimes women may feel pressured to utter those words in return in order not to hurt your feelings because maybe they like you a little bit, but they also may like you as just a friend. And so be sure that when you say I love you and she says I love you too, you guys are actually talking about the same thing. I will use myself as an example. There have been several times that someone would say I love you and I would say I love you back, but it's not because I wanted to date them. It's just because like I genuinely love their company, love who they are, love their personality, and you know, it's coming from a really good place. It's just not sexual or anything more than that. So just be sure that you're both on the same page, and I love you means the same thing when you profess your love. How? Talk about it. Pick their brains a little bit. Just be sure instead of taking a wild guess. Number 5, the right moment to say I love you is definitely not during sex. And this is something that happens a lot. Guy gets a woman in bed, girl gets a man in bed, and the next thing they know, they're professing love and signing blank checks. My guy, don't do it. Because when you're going through the motions of intimacy, you could literally sign off all your property because of how you're feeling at that point in time. Make sure that if you're going to say I love you, it's definitely not because you guys are getting physical, but it's because you actually have thought through, you know, your interactions with this person over time, and you know that this is actually a woman you want to get to know a little bit more and possibly have a meaningful relationship with. Some of you throw I love you about a bit too often, and especially when it's going down. Don't do that. Not during sex. Whatever you do, do not say I love you during sex. I mean, unless of course you really mean it, but half the time it's all mixed and mashed up in your head. You can't really tell if you're saying it because you just had the best orgasm you've ever had or if you actually mean it, all right? So I would say when sense has returned to the body and mind and spirit, think through it before you utter those words. Number 6, only say I love you to this girl if you love the ugly parts as well. So you know how when you guys first meet, everybody's putting their best foot forward, and then as you guys like progress in your friendship stroke relationship, everybody starts to sort of let down their guard. She may decide not to wear makeup anymore. She may decide not to necessarily dress up when you come to her house to visit and stuff like that. When you both begin to be comfortable with each other, when the wallpaper is down and you still love what you see, then by all means go for it. Because you see, love isn't just about, you know, the fun moments, the highs, the intimacy, the butterflies in your stomach. Love is a little more than that. Love is about seeing their inadequacies and still loving them despite themselves. Love is about knowing that this person has so many shortcomings, but willing to work through it with them and live with them. Love is messy, it's dirty, and sometimes even gross. Love is morning breath and dealing with each other's family and friends, whether you like them or not. Love is taking care of your partner when they're sick, rather than avoiding them until they get better. If you are ready for the ugly parts, then yes, it definitely is love, and you should go ahead and just profess it. Go out there, shout from the rooftops. And to end this video, I would say, don't wait too long to profess it. Like I've said earlier, if you wait too long, it may be interpreted as being uninterested, you know? But if she checks it, you know, checks all those boxes, or most of those boxes, because you'll never get a perfect person, right? If she checks most of those boxes, then maybe it's time to just profess your love and see where this goes. I really wish you the best of luck with professing your love, and I'm hoping that your love will never be unrequited. My name is Jessica. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next video.